All right, good evening there, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I don't know if you can. So let's hopefully that'll work. I'm trying to get our SDK up here as he's trying to get ready to take the grid. Now we got too many up. Oh boy, this stank thing here tonight. As we get set to rock and roll. Here. Alright, we do have to change that. We're going to be getting ready here with your grid. Alright, that's that. Oh crap, this isn't plugged in. That be part of the reason that we don't have some of our overlays over there on your side. As we got things situated here. Trying to get this up and running the way it needs to be. It's being a little bit of a pain in the butt tonight. Here comes your starting grid. As I said, well, we're going to get this changed here for us so that updating the new logo. But we got Donald Ray starting out there on pole. Brian Donahue there in a second. Marks Cyphers there third. William Gay rolls off fourth tonight. Tyler Castleman there in fifth. Zach Kersley there in sixth. Kyle Bird there in seventh. Jeremy James there in eighth. Chase Hill in ninth. Robert McKay here rolls off in 10th. Mike Rowland in 11th. James White there in 12th. In 13th tonight, that'll be starting the number 08 of Troy Hampton. Then we got Ryan Peters there 14th. Mark Ozier there in 15th. Sage Grego 16th. Gary Moore 17th. Michael Sheffield there in 18th. Joseph Spielman 19th. With PJ Wetland there in 20th. Kevin Baker there in 21st. Nigel Steele 22nd. James Abaugh 23rd. 24th. Starting to Evan Gomet. And I believe that is our field here tonight, as it is. We got 24 drivers set to take the field. All right, here we go. Getting ready for the start of tonight's race. Pace cars in. They are going to be down and away. We'll get that grid up here in just a moment, or the tower up here. It is up on my end. Hopefully we can get it here on your end. I'm on you. There we go. It's up and away. As you see, we got Peters still on pit road. Has not come out yet here as we work down into corner number 1. Working there off the corner. They go side by side here at Talladega. Got the 00 out front of Mark Cyphers. Brian Donahue there in second. Up there on the tie side. Tyler Castleman in third. Down there on the low side as they work on out of the corner. Working there in about the third car back is the 018 of Kyle Bird. As you're looking there at Brian Donahue now looking now at Mike Rowland up there in the 8th as he started 6th. There you see Robert McKay started in 10th. Why is this not showing me where I want to be? There we go. And roll down here through the front stretch in the corner number 1 and 2. Side by side, they keep it rolling. 40 laps the distance here tonight. They work down here off of the corner, down through the backstretch, up there to the high side. Jumps that Bass Pro Shop machine. Look at there, the 31 as well. Now you're looking at the 08 of Troy Hampton. As we said, up above him. And we got one there down at the bottom. That is the 6. There at Mike Rowland. Down below the apron. Now drop back there in the 12 as they work there off the corner. Down through the front straight, down through the front tri-oval. Heading in the corner number 1. But first they got to come across that stripe. Now, unlike Daytona, that stripe is after the tri-oval, not in the middle of the tri-oval. Similar shapes, and I want to say Talladega is also a little bit wider than what Daytona really is. And then we're there off turn number 2 down that back straightaway. You're looking there at Mike Rowland still. He's rolling there in 12. Up there on his high side is Michael Sheffield in that number 31. They roll there off turn number 3 and 4. Back around here towards that front straightaway. There you see Chase Zilla. 5th car back on that inside row, sitting in about 9th. As they're working on out here. Hopefully everybody's hearing me okay. I'm going to double check that. Now we got everybody rolling around here looking great. Okay, so we got the sound rolling. Everything sounds good. Down there off turn number 4, back around onto the front stretch. As you're on board with Chase Zilla down there off through the tri-oval. Now on board with Mike Rowland, and he's there behind Chase. And you see that top lane is falling apart some. It's got 3 drivers up there trying to hang on to that draft. One ended up in that outside wall, as you saw it there a little bit ago. Into that outside barrier. The 803 Nationwide machine up there on the top side, driven by Robert McCrae. They try to get that top lane back together, that inside lane. Everybody kind of just snaking along. Single file for the most part on that inside lane. That outside lane's not really moving very well, as it don't have the momentum as of right now. Off turn number 2 they go. I got to figure out how to get this to do what I want it to do. As you watch it whirling out here off the corner. Everybody's still side by side here at lap number 8. Working here off the corner they go. And caution's coming out as they are a big pile up there on the backstretch. We'll take a look at it here in just a moment. Everybody try to fix this out here. And here we go. Taking a look at it here. Yeah, we're under caution for the first time. There we go. On the ball, instant replay here. See if we can catch it. Exactly what happened. I know it was back here, middle of the pack somewhere. There's the smoke. See if we can catch somebody that's involved. Looks like the 17 was involved to Sage Greco. See if anybody else was. Looks like it started with the 00. Out there in front, that would have been a 00 of Mark Cyphers. He gets sideways there. Somebody tries to squeeze the gap, and calamity happens down the backstretch as it takes out a bunch of the field. Not sure who got through that completely unscathed. Cars everywhere. Rolling out there. Great job so far with the driver. Now Chase up to second right now. There with Kyle Bird. Working on out here off the corner. Number 1 down here. Lights are off on that pace machine. We're going to be getting back green flag racing here in just a moment. So bear with us. And you're looking there at James Apaw. And at 88, he's up 15 positions. Robert McKay in 16th. McRae, sorry. We said James Apaw currently running in 8th. He is up 15. Kevin Baker, he's up 17. Gary Moore, he's up 14 spots, sitting in 3rd in at number 89. Looking at 057. Kevin Baker. We got the 02 there. Try to figure out who the 02 is. There on out there, you got the 88 there, James Apaw. Trying to work his way off through the corner. Got that 117 DeWalt machine up there on the high side. Driven by Mark Ossier. Down here through. Pace cars off. Gonna be going back green flag racing. Gary Moore, Chase Dillon and company come to the green flag. As it is out, down, and away here in the corner. Number 1 to go for the FMA Xfinity Series here this Sunday evening for race number 1. Chase Dillon all alone up there on the top side. It's not how he wants it to be. Rolling out there off the corner. He's stuck way up there on the top side. No help. Trying to gain a little bit of momentum. They're coming off a corner number 2 down that back straightaway. Top lanes, letting some drivers back into it. Here they roll off turn number 4. Back around onto that front straightaway. You see that 051 there, and it looks like the 01 on the scoreboard is your 02 on the racetrack. If I'm looking at it correctly, yeah, Brian Donahue is the 02 on the speedway, but is 01 on the scoreboard. Chase Zilla up there on top. As you got the 117, Mark Ossier there in 7th in that 117. Top 5 drivers staying put on your scoreboard. Everybody else rolls along there. Underneath on that split scoreboard here tonight. As you see, Kevin Baker's there in 6th. Peter's there 7th. Rolling there off corner number 2. Good evening here. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Unfortunately, looks like you're not having the best time watching here tonight. Evan Gomet is down in the bottom and does not look to be racing tonight. William Gay. I'm going to... it says he's out there. He is out there in the 75. Tyler Castleman also out there. Way back here at the back, though. Driving at number 23 Sharpie machine. Brian Donahue out there in the front. Bringing with him Gary Moore, sorry. Down that back straightaway. William Gay barely at the end of that back straightaway. They saw that speck down there rolling through turn 3 and 4. Everybody else bundled up here. You can see almost all 22 cars in one shot. I guess it'd be 22 because William Gay's out there. Evan Gomet not off track. We lost a couple there off the corner. Zach Tinkersley, Mike Rowland, Troy Hampton back here at the back. Tyler Castleman. They're all trying to gain back up there towards the pack. Now roll on out here. Oh, wait a moment. What the heck happened to that camera? There we go. From down through the back stretch. Little blink there out of the dude Spillman. And they roll down that back straight away. Still got Kyle Bird fighting for the lead. Chase Dilla falls back there in the 4th after starting 2nd. And now he's got Brian Donahue there in front of him, who jumped up from the bottom lane. Going to try to battle his way up there towards the front. Top 4 cars are Fords. Then you're followed by two Toyotas, followed by another Ford, before your first Chevy in 8th place comes into the picture. There on board there with Kyle Bird. Caution is out. Not sure exactly for what. Troy Hampton. Looks like here we got them coming together here off the corner. You got a pack of 3 of them. Yeah, they just kind of get tangled up here. The 23 ends up underneath. All right, the 023 rather of Tankersley. And then comes up and they all 3 get collected. That is the 6th. Mike Rowland, Zach Tankersley, and Troy Hampton all getting caught up in that. Troy with motor issues there as it's smoking terribly. Ken Kersley there in 20th. Looks okay for the moment, but definitely needs some repairs. Mike Rowland also needs repairs. And you see Troy Hampton, he's just billowing smoke out the back end of that machine down there on the bottom of the racetrack. He's trying to get back to it here. See if we can get with one of them here. I do know we got the broadcast tonight, and I don't have the logo with me at the moment like I wish I did. It's gone missing on the other hard drive on me that I got sent out here, waiting on return. Let's see if I can go back through messages here, see if I can get that up here real fast. I do know who it is. It is the Cigar Time Lounge and Ben Parson as our sponsor here tonight. Definitely appreciate everything there. And I got something here. We'll make it work for tonight, I guess. Trying to get it up here. At least we'll have something up here. No. Cigar Time Lounge, your sponsor here tonight. By Ben, shout out to Ben Parson. There we go. We do have something up there. Probably not the best that I'd like it to be, but it is what it is, per se. So we do have that. Yeah, Hampton kind of got, he's back together. Tyler Castleman, he's back together. Roland, he's rolling back here off pit road now. William Gay back here at the back. I see Donald Ray here. PJ Wetland, James the Weapon. Nigel Steele there in 15th. 221, that is Jeremy James back here driving that Nationwide. He's going to have a little bit of an up and down night as he's been so far. As he's been up through the pack a couple times and drifted back. Right now, he's down 6 positions from where he started. Well, 5th or 6th. I'm going to say 6th. Well, now he's saying 4. Not exactly sure. We'll find out exactly where, because it's now saying he's in 12th, up there on the high side. So either 12th or 14th. He's in 14th. He's 7th car back on the outside lane. Puts him in 14th position. We got Gary Moore here in 4th. Driving that 89 machine. Working here off of the triangle. Everybody trying to get the best start they can. They drop the hammer, that outside lane getting a great push. But that 0-2 of Brian Donahue out front got a great jump on that inside lane. Chase Zilla stuck down there on the bottom, no help at the moment. Has the 2 drivers outside of him, the 018 of Kyle Bird and the 89 of Gary Moore. Already was outside, and you see the Mountain Dew machine, the 88 of James Apaw. There comes the 117 of Mark Osier. Everybody dicing for position. 18 laps to go here tonight. And they all roll down here off of the corner number 3 onto the front stretch. Up there against that outside wall, you see a couple of the drivers get real close to that outside wall as you watch them come through turn number 4. Down through the back stretch. I'm sorry, down here through the tri-oval. Side by side here in the corner number 1. 221 trying to see if he's got a lane yet. Does not have it. He's there in the top lane just ahead of 31 of Michael Sheffield. Jeremy James trying to find a way through. Down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Down onto that backstretch. As you see Chase Zilla down there on the inside. Now trying to push the 018 along. As you watch them all battle out there in the front. 89, Gary Moore there in 2nd, the 117 there, Mark. He dropped down there to the inside lane, trying to roll everybody along. Up there on the top side, that's Ryan Peters leading that top side along. He's up 10 positions. Gary Moore up 15. Mark up 12. As Jeremy James struggling to stay inside the top 10. Down 2 from where he started. James Apaw in the 88. He's up 14. Now he falls back a little bit as the shuffling of the lanes continue. 16 laps to go here at Talladega. Down here off turn number 2, James Apaw out there out front. Currently there in 8th is Chase Zilla. And we got where from somewhere, some of them back here in the back, that these drivers here, that 23 of Castleman, Hampton, and Rowland are trying to get themselves bent up enough to stay with them. Otherwise, they may lose the main pack, which could be an issue here with 16 laps to go. Down there out of the corner. Now, don't try to race one another yet. Your main objective should be to catch that pack in front of you. You watch Ryan Peters there in 3rd, Gary Moore there in 2nd. Peters on the high side, Moore on the inside, all being led along by Brian Donahue out there in front. Down there, off 2, down that back straightaway. Trying to go 3 wide there with that Bass Pro Shop number 81 up there on the top side, I believe. Or is that the 31? The 31's there in the middle, I'm sorry. Try to catch that car up there at the top side. I know that's a Bass Pro Shop machine up there. We got Donald Ray trying to figure out where he's at. That might be Donald Ray. That's Donald Ray. And oh no! Crash once again. Up there through the tri-oval this time here on the front stretch. That time Donald Ray involved. See who else got a bite of that action. Here you see them all coming through here. The 00 comes down across. That's Mark's Mark Cyphers. Comes down across, collects the 117, and then up into that outside wall, and just nowhere for drivers to go. As 31s there collected, looks like the 221 of Jeremy James collecting again. He goes backwards here, spinning around. And there's just not much you can do whenever that line shifts up like that. Just not much you can do in the way of avoidance because it just happens so quick. And we'll take a look about how quickly it happens here. We'll go on board here with Jeremy James. Now you're on board here. You see that 00 come down, and it's not nowhere really to fully grasp that he's going to come back up in front. All you can do is just hold your line and pray. And it's about what he had to do. So you can go our Time Lounge again, our sponsor here by Ben Parson. And I'm surprised Parson's not out here racing with us tonight. They have another fast repair, and he should be able to get it back out on track. We'll see how much he can come up through the field. We got Mark Osier there on pit road. There is the 888 of James White, Mark Cyphers, Michael Sheffield. As Gay now is labeled as out. Mark sitting there on pit road. And work there off turn number 2. Unsure how many fast repairs they actually have. Kyle Bird there in 5th. Nigel Steele here 6th. Zach Tenkersley there in 7th. James LaFaw 8th. Kevin Baker there in 9th. And PJ Wellen there in 10th. Third caution of the night. Good evening, Greco. It's Adam up here in the booth. How are you doing?
Hello, Adam.
How do you think your race is going so far? I know we've had a couple cautions here to make things interesting. How do you think you're faring so far?
Yeah, I'm just cruising around in the back. Inside line is definitely a safe place to be. But, I don't know. We're at about 10 to go here. I think the only way to get up there is going to be going on the outside, like that third lane way up there. So hopefully I can find somebody to push to get up there. But, yeah, well, I mean, we definitely won't be too wide this whole time for sure. I'll be looking to go third lane for sure.
Well, good luck to you. I mean, getting that third lane to roll along is not easy, and you definitely need to find some friends.
Yeah, maybe that 3 car is looking pretty good.
Well, there's a few of them looking pretty good up there, so hopefully you can find some help.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you look like you've been having a lot of fun out there so far here at Talladega and having lots of fun, so hopefully that continues here for you.
Oh, yeah, good race. Yeah, it'll be a fun last 10 laps.
Alrighty, good luck. We're about a half a lap away from going green.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Greco, they're driving that number 17 machine. Currently sitting there in a sitting up there on the high side in 12th. I'll get lined up here, get ready for that restart. Brian Donahue out there in front, leading the way right now. Things are going to get more interesting here as the race progresses. Harry James back here towards the back. Pace car pulls off. Mike Rowland there in 16th. Tyler Kasselman coming here through the trio for the restart. Here we go. Green flag is out. They're down and away. Here we go into corner number 1. Here at Talladega. 11 laps to go here as they storm on down there. The 803 there of Robert McKay. Everybody you see drop down there to that inside lane. Nobody's really pushing that middle lane as of yet, so we'll call it. As Sage Greco sitting here in 11th. He's already moved up a lane to try to push along there. He's working with P.J. Wetland in that number 3 machine. We got a couple drive back down there and a couple more dive back up into that middle lane. Now you see Wetland trying to hang on there in front of Greco. Right now it's just a matter of survival to the end as they work their off of 4. Down that front straightaway, across the tri-oval, and here across the stripe. Everybody's trying to mind their own. There you see Mark Ossier there in the 117. Got to try to catch back up to the field. Mark Sheffield is out from what I'm seeing. Same with James the Weapon. James the Weapon sitting on pit road possibly. Yep, he is. They roll on down here. Sheffield definitely out though. We're down there out of the corner. The FMA Xfinity Series here tonight. Everybody got that inside lane. That middle lane's trying to form up. That 803, they're in the front of that. And there you see Wetland and Sage Greco going to the outside, creating that third lane. That's kind of what Sage said his plan was. Here we get under 10 laps to go. I'm going to try to get us a third lane rolling, but it can be so dangerous to get that third lane rolling as it almost boxes you in on that high side. Not a whole lot of room for error. If something happens, you don't have any escape. So there's a lot of risk and reward up there at the top side as you see it there. There you go. And we got them all involved. Greco involved there. And that's kind of what you have issues with there coming to that top side. Greco tows it back to the garage for the 4th caution here tonight. See who's all involved with the big one here at the end. There you see that 88 of James Lafaw go up to the racetrack and into the outside wall. The 3 of Wetland, he's going to try to dive underneath him as he sees a problem, ends up getting caught there by the nose, and problem just arrives. The 57 there of Kevin Baker goes for a ride. The 221 involved again as he's upside down as well there for a split second. And the 88 going for a ride at James Afaw. Up and over. Hey, James Afaw there on his side, on his roof, going over. Just not getting the luck he was wanting for a race number 1 of the season. A few of these drivers would like to have this race back, I'm sure. And when I say have the race back, I'm sure they'd like to have it back and at a different track. Talladega just has not been very nice to some of these drivers. Because when things happen fast. There's not a whole lot of room for error. And to emphasize that, let's kind of go here on board. We'll go on board with the number 23 there of Tank Kersley. And you'll watch out his front windshield. As you see that 88 go up, there's the 3, and he kind of gets pinballed, and then that 3 comes back up, and he's into the outside wall, spinning around, up and over. There you see that 221 taking her wild ride. And he's got it rolling. Man, oh man, what a tough night here for some of these drivers. Yeah, unfortunately, I do believe Jeremy's down for the count. We'll see. I mean, he's back on track again. Well, it's hard to say. These super speedways, it can be anybody's race at anybody's time. Sage Greco, though, I'm going to say he's pretty well done as we're under the 4th caution here as laps continue to wind down. Single file at the moment. Lights still on that pace machine. Hampton's still on pit road, as you see down there on the bottom of your screen. Again, tonight brought to you by Ben Parson and Cigar Time Lounge. Ben Parsons usually out here driving the number 33 Cigar Time Lounge machine, but unfortunately, looks like he did not make it to tonight's race. I'm not seeing a 222. I'm seeing a 221. 023 and a 23. Where's that 803? Oh, the 803 is up here. Similar paint scheme to the 221. Hey, 221 there, Jeremy James. Hey, you got the 08, that's a 00. I'm sorry, the 803 of Robert McRae. Robert McRae's trying to get up there. I think Robert McRae and Jeremy James may be teammates. Try to get drivers to figure out their mics. I don't know if you guys are catching the thing there, the radio cast or not. I'll listen back and see. And roll here out of turn number 2. Down here off the corner, down through the straightaway. Ryan Peters there for it. Kyle Bird there in 3rd. Lights are out side by side. We got how many drivers still in it? Looks like we got 18 drivers still in it. And we got a few that are a lap down. The 221 here in the 17th position is a lap down. Roll down that back stretch. Brian Donahue out there in front in that 02 all-tail machine. Working here off of the corner. 4th caution. We'll see how many laps are left when they take the green flag. Fred's going to pull that car down on the pit lane, and they're going to hand it over to Brian Donahue there out front, who's going to be taking the green flag from Barney up in the flag stand as they come here into the tri-oval, into the restart zone. And here they go. Great shot there coming off. Restart underway. Green flag is out. Barney waves the green flag. Donahue takes out there to an early lead, followed by Gary Moore. Brian Peters there in third. And you already see them already shuffling as you got the 26 up there to the top side. The 018 of Kyle Bird. You got the 803 down there on the inside trying to work his way up there towards the front. There you see Ryan Peters. He's up there now to the top side, trying to catch a little bit of side draft there off the 89 of Gary Moore, but has not been able to get enough of it as of yet. But that outside lane starting to come together. Oh no, they lose one to the clear outside. As the 018 of Kyle Bird goes way up top to get around Ryan Peters. Ryan Peters worked there off the corner. They're in the middle of the racetrack. Being pushed along there by the number 19 of Donald Ray. And Chase Zilla up there, second car back, way up there on the top lane. As we said before, that outside lane, yes, it can be faster. Well, I prefer the middle lane. But there is just one problem. There is no escape from that middle to high lane. That is the one issue. There's no escape. There's no escape route. Where if you're running that bottom lane, kind of where that 02, the 89, the 803 are, if something shall happen there in front of you, you at least got an escape route down there to the bottom edge of the racetrack. You don't have that if you're stuck in a place like Chase Zilla there. He's got a car in front of him, car behind him, wall to his outside, cars to his inside. He don't have really anywhere he can go but to try to plow through as they're down there through the infield. Donahue hangs on to it as they play Dirt to Daytona down there through the infield. Everybody's skating along. Everybody holds it together. No caution as everybody keeps it straight. Just funneled out there. There we got Ryan Peters there now in second. There in the middle of the racetrack. 3 laps to go here at Talladega. Chase out there in the second car back on that middle lane. The 018 there, Kyler Bird. And Joseph Spillman's in the mix there down there on the inside. Hey, drivers battling out here off of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. Now out of 4, down through into the tri-oval. Up there on the top side, that is the Monster Machine. They're in front of P.J. Wentland. Of 00 of Mark Cyphers. Hey, up there towards the outside. The 19 there of Donald Ray holding on to the lead for the moment as they work down here. 2 laps to go. Brian Peters holds the lead right now. Kyle Bird in second as it stands. But Chase Zilla trying to get there as well. Kyle Bird, he's going to drop down there to the inside lane. That's going to open the door there for Chase Zilla. Possibly as they come there out of the corner. It will. Don't think Ryan Peters, they're going to jump up there. Here they go. Final lap. White flag as they come across the line. Here in the corner number 1 they go. Chase Zilla there in the middle lane. That outside lane is falling back. So Chase Zilla now doesn't have the help he's looking for. Maybe he's trying to side draft there off the guys underneath him. Right now you got the 19 Donald Ray on the bottom side, kind of locked in the second, pushing along. The 5 of Ryan Peters. As Chase Zilla, he's starting to get a little bit more momentum up there on the high side with him. Here they work through 3 and 4. Spillman there in about 4th. They work off and big crash. They end up coming to the line here. Who's it going to be? Ryan Peters and Donald Ray will bring it to the flag. Behind them is going to be the 88 of James Afaw getting the 3rd place. We'll go back and look at this here coming to the line. As Chase Zilla and others were involved here. Trying to see exactly what happened. I'm not picking up on anything as of yet. Looks like the 26 kind of got loose there a little bit. Now, might have got hooked by the 41 of Whitman. And the 8 got neck-coated turned around. And just collect everybody there behind him. And that allowed James Applaw to get up there in the third. So Ryan Peters, your race winner here. And he'll be burning it down here tonight in that number 5 Black Mamba machine. Great win there by Ryan Peters. Donald Ray helping get them there to the win. Big mover tonight. James Applaw getting third. I honestly don't know if James Applaw was expecting that one or not. It just kind of fell in his lap that way. Your race results are here. Ryan Peters getting the win. Donald Ray there second. James Applaw in a third with Kyle Bird there in a fourth. Zach Tankersley there fifth. PJ Whitland sixth. Joseph Spillman there seventh. Robert McRae there in eighth. Chase Zilla there ninth. Tyler Castleman 10th. Mark Cyphers there in 11th. Nigel Steele 12th. Mark Ossier there in 13th. Brian Donahue there in 14th. Kevin Baker 15th. Jeremy James in 16th. Sage Greco 17th. 18th tonight is going to go to the number 89 of Gary Moore. Troy Hampton there finishing 19th. Mike Rowland in 20th. James White, he'll finish in 21st tonight with 22nd. Going to Michael Sheffield. 23rd going to William Gay. And 24th going to Evan Gomet. All right, there we go. Now here we see who we can get a hold of. Good evening there, James. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Oh, man, what a finish there tonight.
Yeah, I kind of made a mistake, caused that caution before this one. I tried to get up in that third line ahead of the 3 and the 17, because they were faster cars. But when I pulled out of that center line, I got real tight and hit the wall, and unfortunately I caused a big wreck. But I'm glad to get back there and get a podium.
Yeah, well, you didn't cause that one. I mean, were you expecting to get third tonight, or did it just kind of fall in your lap?
I thought I had a top 5. I thought I could get a top 5, so I'm happy with it.
Well, you did a great job keeping the car somewhat clean.
Yeah, well, we know how plate tracks go, right?
That's right.
Yeah, but that's what makes them plate tracks, right?
It is, and I mean, as long as the drivers are having a blast out there, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, this is a great league. We need more drivers. We have a lot of fun. We don't get too bent out of shape about stuff, and it's a good time. And thanks for doing all the broadcasting.
Oh, my pleasure. You got any other sponsor shout-outs? Anybody you want to thank?
Mission 22. Pet suicides, 22 a day. If you guys could ever out there donate to that, that's a good cause for a lot of people.
Yeah, we'd like to see that statistic go down if we can.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really think it's going to, but we can always hope.
No, I mean, all we can do is just keep doing our best to try to let them know that they're not alone and that there is help.
Yes, sir. You got that right.
So, well, great job there tonight, James, and we'll see you going forward here in FMA, I'm sure.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be around. Thanks for the interview.
All righty. Great job tonight, James.
Thank you.
All right, that was James Applaw. Now we'll get with Donald Ray, hopefully, here. If I can get it. All right, good evening there, Donald. How's it going?
Doing good, Adam. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. just kind of worked out that didn't seem like you were going to be making a pass for the lead. It seemed like you were pretty content there for second.
Yeah, on that restart, kind of fell back a little bit and was able to keep the draft. And I was behind Chase, and I can't remember who he was with, but they took it to the outside of Ryan and saw him in the middle by himself and said, here's an opportunity for me to push somebody to lead or to the win. And I'm glad he made the right choice and decided to jump back down to the bottom there when he was in the middle. If he wanted to have a chance to win, that was going to be his best shot. And to me, it's just as fun to push somebody to win as it is to win for myself. It's just fun.
You did a great job, and the car seemed to hold together for you pretty well tonight. I'm not sure if you, what type of incidents you've had tonight. I know a few drivers, they had a few things where they had to go in and repair the car. I don't know if you were involved with anything or not, but you did a great job getting it up here in the second either way.
Yeah, I decided to go to the back, take an EOL at the start of the race after getting the pole, and I did get involved in that first incident. I think I got 2 minutes, a little over 2.5 minutes of repairs, and was able to get it down to a minute in that stop, and then that next caution I was able to get the rest of it repaired. And then not the last caution there, but the one before that, got caught up pretty good. I was on the outside trying to push somebody, and incident ahead of us, and that one required a fast repair. But other than that, it stayed pretty clean.
It didn't seem to be too bad. I've seen these plate races go a lot worse caution-wise.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, there's a lot of talent in this league, and everybody was able to keep it pretty straight, keep it pretty tight. There wasn't a lot of aggression tonight. I think that was a big key to the cleanliness there. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good race.
All right, well, you got any sponsor shout-outs? Anybody you want to thank?
Man, to you for putting the time in to get everything ready to broadcast these and taking the time out of your schedule to put together something we could all go back and enjoy later. And then to Chase and the boys for running this shit show every day. I know they put in a lot of work, a lot of time, and they've done a good thing here. There's a lot of great people that race here. And it's a lot of fun for me. I just wish I had more time to do it.
For sure, and I know I'm right now trying to race myself on Thursdays as we're trying to see if that's going to take off or not. But I'll say Thursday night in the trucks, that was quite fun.
Yeah, that was a fun race. I think I come back with a third or fourth place there. I can't even remember now, but not my favorite track, but had a good time.
Yeah, I'm still learning the asphalt. I'm mostly dirt and dirt off-road, so, I mean, I'm still learning asphalt and how to not overdrive the car.
See, Adam, I'm the exact opposite. I love asphalt, whether it's right turns, left turns, it don't matter, but the dirt, man, it just don't mix with me well. I've got plenty of time, I feel like, to try and get better. It's just too frustrating to me.
Oh, I mean, dirt's a lot of fun. Same with the asphalt. I just enjoy all walks of racing. It's just, anytime you get out there and put some speed down, it's always fun time.
Yeah, it makes it funner when you race with a group of guys like this too, though.
It sure does.
It could be no fun at all, no matter what kind of car or track you're in, if you're racing with the wrong people. But you don't get that here.
That is correct. Congrats there, Donald, and I hope you enjoy your holiday coming up.
All right, Adam, you too, buddy. Thanks.
All right, thank you. All right, I will get with Ryan Peters here. I thought I saw him here. There he is. Ryan Peters, how's it going?
What's up?
Well, you got the win. I don't think he was going to contest you at all. I think he just was more willing to take second and help you get to that win, keep you out of trouble.
Yeah, I think Donald there, I don't think he had a good enough run to get around us because, I mean, we're both going at the same mile per hour at that point, but it would have been a lot more interesting if they didn't have that wreck coming out of 4, but you need things to go right. Tonight they went right.
Well, I mean, I've seen that wreck out of 4, I can't tell you how many times. It don't matter what league you're in.
Yeah, Talladega, turn 4, it collects a lot of them. The tri-oval on the last lap sometimes collects quite a few of them too, but all I needed, Adam, was for you to say I haven't been up here in a while, and now I just make a regular appearance.
Well, I know you've got up here a couple times now.
Yeah, won the truck race Thursday night, podium the last time we had a race and talked to you, and now this. I don't know. I need to check my Powerball ticket now that I think about it.
Yeah, if you do, I could use a little bit of that sent my way.
Oh, I got you. If I get the Powerball, I got you.
Oh, man. My ultimate dream being to have a farm. That's just my ultimate dream in the world. And someday I'll hope to get there. But, man, what a race.
Tractor, right?
What's that?
On a red international tractor, right?
Well, no. Not to say I wouldn't mind having one in the collection, but no, it wouldn't be my regular everyday farm tractor.
Ah, gotcha. I might have been ribbing you a little bit there.
My everyday farm tractor that I would love to have would be either a 930 or 1030 Comfort King case.
Oh, there you go.
So, not red, not green. It is cream and orange.
Nice. How's the broadcast now that we're getting 20 plus people on the screen? Is that fun?
Oh, it's been a blast. I mean, it's been a blast broadcasting, and tonight it definitely took a little bit more to get me into the booth because it's that time of year, the dang seasonal problems hit, and holidays really dragged me into the dumpster, and it took all I did to get up here to the PC.
Well, we're glad to have you, and hopefully we are able to put on a show for you.
No, you guys never disappoint, that's for sure. Because without you guys driving, there wouldn't be anything for me to broadcast.
That's true.
So, I mean, I know you drivers appreciate me putting on the show, but I appreciate you drivers showing up to give me the car numbers to put on the show.
Oh, yeah. Always a blast. No better place to do it than FMA.
So, well, congrats again on the win. You got sponsors, other shout-outs, anybody you want to thank?
No, I just want to thank everybody that tuned in to watch. Hopefully everyone has a wonderful Christmas and knows the reason for the season. And after we have a little break here, we'll get back into it and have a great time. So thank you, Adam, and have a Merry Christmas yourself, and we'll talk to you in a few weeks.
Alrighty, yeah, we'll talk to you, and we possibly will be on track with you again, because I finished 10th in that truck race.
Yeah, attaboy.
That was after Chase got into a little incident. My 2 goals that race was 1, to try to get a top 10, and 2, to finish ahead of Chase.
Yeah, well, if you can't get ahead of Chase, you just wreck.
Oh, I didn't have to. Somebody else did it for me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Or pay somebody else to do it, too. That's a good one.
Alrighty. Well, you have yourself a great holiday there, Ryan, and we'll see you afterwards.
See you, Adam.
All right, Ryan Peters, you're a winner here tonight. Great job. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show. We will catch you there after the holidays as we're going to take a short break here at FFTV. I think our next race possibly... Let me look here to see what the schedule looks like, especially here at FMA. See what the Friday, Sunday schedule looks like. We will be back next week with 100 laps at Thompson. That is the 28th of December. So we'll be back then for 100 laps at Thompson. I don't know. Yeah, Thursday being Christmas, Truck Series is off. And the John Dubai Cup here at FMA as well is off the next 2 weeks. As we got Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. We'll be back January 7th with the Cup Series. So congrats to everybody here tonight. And we'll hopefully bring on more shows here, more action. Thank you all for watching. Good night.